I made $3 million in my career. $3 million. And I'm going to die alone in this room, with nobody to call, nobody who gives a damn. My name is Albert Morrison. I'm 83 years old. I have cancer in my lungs, my liver, everywhere. The doctors give me maybe 3 weeks. And you know what keeps me up at night? It's not the pain. It's not the fear of dying. It's that I spent 60 years climbing a ladder that was leaning against the wrong wall. If you're telling yourself right now that work is temporary, that you'll make time for your family later, that your kids understand why you missed another dinner, stop. Just stop. Because I told myself the same lies, and now I'm here, waiting to die. Alone. Let me take you back. 1968. I was 35 years old. I had just gotten promoted to regional sales director at Thompson & Associates. Big office, company car. My salary doubled overnight. I remember walking into that office on my first day. Dark mahogany desk, leather chair, windows overlooking downtown Chicago. I sat in that chair and I thought, I made it. My wife Linda was 6 months pregnant with our second child. Emily was 3 years old then. I remember Linda said something to me that night. We were in bed, and she put her hand on my chest and said, Albert, please don't let this job take you away from us. I kissed her forehead. I actually kissed her forehead and said, just give me 5 years. 5 years to establish myself. Then I'll pull back. That was the first lie I told her. But I believed it. God help me. I believed it. The early years weren't so bad. I was home by 7 most nights. We had dinner together. I'd read Emily a story before bed, but there was always this voice in my head. While I was reading Goodnight Moon, I was thinking about the Henderson account. While Linda was telling me about her day, I was mentally rehearsing my presentation for Monday. I was there, but I wasn't present. 1972, I'm 39. Emily is 7, and our son Michael is 4. There's this one Saturday, April, something, spring. Linda had been planning this picnic for weeks. She'd bought this yellow dress, I can still see it, with little white flowers. She'd packed sandwiches, made lemonade from scratch, the whole thing. We were going to Lincoln Park. The phone rang at 9 a.m. It was Morrison from corporate. Problem with the Cincinnati office. Numbers weren't adding up. Could I come in? Just for a few hours. I looked at Linda in that yellow dress. Emily was already in the car with her stuffed rabbit. Michael had his baseball glove. I'll be back by noon, I said. We can still go. Linda didn't say anything. She just looked at me. This look I'd start seeing more and more, like she was looking at a stranger. I didn't get home until 8 that night. The sandwiches were still in the basket on the kitchen counter. The lemonade had gotten warm. Linda had taken the kids to the park without me. Emily had asked for me every hour, she told me later. Where's Daddy? When is Daddy coming? I told myself it was one Saturday out of 52. I'd make it up to them. But here's the thing about one Saturday. It's never just one Saturday. 1975, I'm 42. I got promoted to vice president of sales, corner office, secretary, stock options. My salary was 6 figures now. Big money in 1975. We moved to a house in Winnetka. 5 bedrooms, pool, the American dream. Linda stopped asking me to come to things. Emily's school play, Michael's little league games. She just stopped asking. It was easier that way, I think, for both of us. No promises to break. I told myself they understood. I was building a future for them, for us. The house, the vacations, Emily's college fund. All of that took money. I was being responsible. I was being a provider. That's what I told myself, while my daughter learned to ride a bike, and I wasn't there. While my son hit his first home run, and I was in a meeting in Detroit. There was this night. Emily must have been 12. She had this science fair project, something about plants and light. She'd been working on it for weeks. The fair was on a Thursday night at her school. I had a dinner with clients from New York. Big potential contract. $1 million deal. I came home around 11. Linda was in bed, reading. She didn't look up. "How'd it go?" I asked. "Emily won second place." "That's great," I said. "That's really great." Linda closed her book, finally looked at me. She kept watching the door. Every time it opened, she thought it might be you. I told her I had this dinner. "You tell her a lot of things, Albert." Then she turned off her light and rolled over. I stood there in my $1,000 suit with my leather briefcase, and for just a second, I felt it. This little crack. This whisper that said, "What are you doing?" But I pushed it down. I had that contract to close. I had responsibilities. The crack got wider every year. I just kept ignoring it. 1979. Emily's 16. She's dating this boy, Tommy something. I didn't like him. She asked if I wanted to meet him before prom, have dinner with them or something. I was in Los Angeles that week, but I could have changed my flight. I could have come home a day early. I didn't. Years later, Emily told me that was when she stopped trying. She was 16 years old, and she decided her father wasn't interested in her life. So why bother sharing it? I didn't even notice she'd stopped talking to me. That's how far gone I was. 1982, Michael's 14. He makes varsity basketball as a freshman. Huge deal. First game of the season, he's starting point guard. Linda called my hotel in Atlanta. "Michael wants to know if you're coming to his game." "Friday. I'm presenting to the board on Friday." "Albert, tell him I'll be at the next one." Silence on the line. Then, "No, you tell him." I called him. I remember exactly what I said. "Hey, champ, Dad's got this important meeting, but I'll catch the next game, okay? Proud of you, kiddo." He said, "Okay." His voice was flat, empty. I didn't make the next game either, or the one after that. I saw him play exactly twice his entire freshman year. He stopped asking if I was coming. Here's what I didn't understand then. Every time you choose work over your family, you're not just missing a moment. You're sending a message. You're telling them where they rank. And kids hear that message loud and clear. By the time Michael was 17, we barely spoke. I tried once, asked him about school, about his friends. He gave me one-word answers and went to his room. I complained to Linda. He won't talk to me. She was folding laundry. Didn't even look up. Why would he? You've never listened. That's not fair. 17 years, Albert. 17 years I've watched you choose everything else. Every time. So don't stand there and pretend you don't know why your son treats you like a stranger. She picked up the laundry basket and walked out. I told myself she was being dramatic. Relationships take two people, right? It wasn't all on me, but it was. God, it was. 1985. I'm 52 years old. President of the company. The top. I'd made it. Linda asked me for a divorce on a Tuesday morning in March. I was packing for a trip to London. She walked into the bedroom and said, "I want a divorce." Just like that. No yelling. No crying. She said it the way you'd say, "I want coffee." I stopped packing. What? I've stayed for the kids. They're both almost grown now. Emily's in college. Michael graduates next year. I'm done, Albert. I'm done living with someone who's never here even when he's home. Linda, we can work on this. Work on what? A marriage? We haven't had a marriage in 15 years. We have a financial arrangement. You pay the bills. I raise the kids. That's not a marriage. She'd already talked to a lawyer, already found an apartment. She moved out 6 weeks later. I threw myself into work even harder after that. What else was there? The house was empty. The kids barely called. Work was the only place I felt competent, valued, important. 1990, Emily gets married. She's 25. Beautiful wedding in San Francisco. She invited me, sat me at a table with some cousins I barely knew. I wasn't asked to walk her down the aisle. Her stepfather did that. Linda had remarried by then, to a high school teacher named Robert. Good guy, patient, present. The guy I should have been. At the reception, I tried to talk to Emily, congratulate her. She was polite, smiled, said thank you. Then she turned back to her friends. I'd paid for half that wedding, sent a check for $20,000. But I wasn't her father anymore. I was the guy who sent checks. Michael got married 3 years later. Didn't invite me. I found out from Linda. I called him. Michael, I heard you got married. Yeah. I wish you'd told me. Why? So you could miss it? Save us both the disappointment. That's not... Dad, stop. We both know what this is. You send a check on my birthday. I say thank you. That's our relationship. Let's just leave it there. He hung up. I sat in my office, corner office, 53rd floor, and I cried. First time I'd cried in maybe 20 years. But did I change? Did I retire? Slow down? Try harder? No. I worked until I was 68. Retired in 2008 with $3 million in the bank and nobody to share it with. I'm sitting here now in this hospice room. Pale green walls, morphine drip, chair by the window where nobody sits. I have all this money, and I can't spend it on anything that matters. Can't buy back Emily's childhood. Can't buy Michael's forgiveness. Can't buy one more dinner with Linda where she looks at me the way she did in 1968. I tried calling Emily last month when they told me about the cancer. Left a message. Em, it's Dad. I'm sick. Cancer. Would mean a lot if you could visit. She texted back. Sorry to hear that. I'll try to make it up there if I can. If she can. My daughter, who I haven't seen in 4 years, said she'd try to make it to see her dying father, if she can. That's what I earned. That's the return on investment for 60 years of 12-hour days and missed soccer games and business trips during Christmas. Michael didn't respond at all. Linda came once, sat in that chair for 20 minutes. We talked about the weather, about her grandchildren, my grandchildren, who I've met exactly 3 times. She was kind, but distant, like you'd be to an old colleague you ran into at the grocery store. As she was leaving, I said, Linda, I'm sorry. For everything. For all of it. She stopped at the door, looked back at me. I know you are, Albert, but sorry doesn't give me back 30 years. Sorry doesn't give Emily and Michael a father. Then she left. I haven't had a visitor in 11 days. There's a nurse who comes in. Sweet girl, 20-something, always cheerful. She asked me yesterday if I had family coming for the weekend. I lied. Said yes. Said my daughter was coming. I don't know why I lied. Pride, maybe. Or shame. Couldn't admit to this kid that I'm going to die alone because I chose PowerPoint presentations over people. Last night I couldn't sleep. Pain was bad. And I started thinking about all those moments. The science fair, the basketball games, that picnic in April with Linda in her yellow dress. I'd give every dollar I have for one more Saturday, one more chance to read Emily a bedtime story, one more chance to watch Michael play basketball. But time doesn't work that way. You don't get those moments back. You just get to die, knowing you wasted them. Listen to me. You reading this. You watching this. You telling yourself you're different. You're building something. You're providing for your family. You're not different. I told myself the exact same things. I had the exact same justifications. The exact same 5-year plans that turned into 10, then 20, then a whole lifetime. Your kids don't need a bigger house. They need you at dinner. They need you at their games. They need you present, not just physically there, but actually paying attention when they talk to you about their day. Your spouse doesn't need another vacation or a nicer car. They need you to look at them, really look at them, put down the phone, close the laptop, be there. I know what you're thinking, but my job is demanding, but I have responsibilities, but I'm at a critical point in my career. Yeah, so was I. For 60 years, I was at a critical point in my career. Know what happens at the end? Nobody from the company comes to say goodbye. Nobody sends flowers. The business keeps going without you, like you never existed. But your family? They needed you every single day, and you weren't there. You want to know the worst part? You'll know, even while you're doing it. Some part of you will know you're making the wrong choice. I knew. Every time I canceled plans, every time I took that call during dinner, every time I said next time, I knew. But knowing isn't enough if you don't change. So change. Now. Today. Cancel that meeting. Leave work at 5. Go to the damn soccer game. Sit with your wife and talk about nothing for an hour. Be bored with your kids. That's the secret nobody tells you. Being a good parent is mostly about being willing to be bored. Sitting through terrible school plays. Listening to 6-year-olds explain Minecraft. Building Legos for the 800th time. Do it anyway. Because one day, you'll be where I am, and you'll remember all those times you said later and next time, and I'll make it up to you, and you'll realize there is no later. There's only now, and if you wasted all your nows, you wasted your life. I don't care how important your job is. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about your title, or your corner office, or your stock options. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is the people who love you, and whether you loved them back with your time, your attention, your presence. Everything else is just noise. I'm going to die soon, probably in this room, probably alone, and the last thought I'll have isn't going to be about some deal I closed or some promotion I got. It's going to be about Emily in that yellow dress at the picnic we never had. Michael asking when Daddy was coming home. Linda's hand on my chest saying, "Don't let this job take you away from us." I let it take me away. Don't be me. Your family is sitting in the other room right now. Go to them while you still can. Before later becomes never. Before you're the guy in the hospice bed with all the money and none of the moments that matter. Go now. The work will be there tomorrow. Your kids won't be this age tomorrow. Your spouse won't wait forever. Go.